So Eddie Jones has just announced his team for the first test on Saturday. And I just wanted to highlight from my view on the key battles following this team announcement. So the first one I think is the breakdown. As you can see from my earlier video, I was kind of a big fan of Jack Willis. And it's a shame that I don't see him in the 23. I think potentially this is an issue for England. I don't think there's a natural person who's going to work hard at the breakdown. I mean, Tom Curry is renowned for that, but I think he's taken on other responsibilities in terms of his carrying and first up tackling. And perhaps this looks at reliance maybe more on Mara Toje. Again, does that then take him away from other points from his game? We also, obviously, with Luke Cowan-Dickie coming back to fitness, he's not there. Again, another guy who's very good over the ball. It's not saying that Vunipola and Curry and Laws can all do that, but perhaps that's not their skill set. And obviously Underhill is also not part of the squad. So, with people like Michael Hooper in the Australian team, I think that potentially from a defensive point of view, we're not going to perhaps impact there. And hopefully that doesn't go back to hurt us. In terms of the bench, I think that's a positive. I think, again, linked to my previous video, I think this is a quite an exciting bench. I think that actually finishes. I think they're all people who could come on and do something exciting. However, there are three debutants on the bench, so they're very inexperienced. And I suppose that kind of, you're trying to get a balance between someone who comes on and is young and brave and sort of carefree in a sense. But it depends on when they come on and what state the game's in. So, we're not going to be able to draw on experience that we bring on. But then someone like Henry Arundel, who, to be honest, was listed as an apprentice and has come into team. I mean, we've seen what he can do off the bench. So that's quite exciting as a fan, that you think he could get the ball any position and he has speed to die for. So that's quite exciting. And it's nice to see that Eddie Jones has been a bit braver in that compartment rather than putting on people who, give you that insurance but don't actually give you any excitement. And then I think the final thing is actually from a player perspective. I think the key battle for me is the Farrell-Smith versus Cooper and Karevi. And there's lots been said about Smith and Farrell. It's long been considered the way that Eddie Jones wants to go. And we know that there's been problems with Farrell being injured. So we've not been able to see it quite a lot at test level. I don't think he's been played a full 80 minutes. And I think that's exciting, given that they're both very talented players. And I think they could complement each other in the way they play. But equally, both Karevi and Cooper, are regarded as, in their own right, top world-class players. And I think it'd be interesting to see how that battle works. Traditionally, you would argue that Cooper and Karevi are a more traditional 10 and 12, which does slightly concern me, given that Farrell's played a lot of his rugby at 10. I know he's played international rugby at 12, but probably in the last 12 months, it's been at 10. And I know you can slot across, and he may well be first receiver on a lot of these plays, but sometimes, not playing there consistently and then playing in this environment at the top level, sometimes think that you could be a little bit rusty in that position. Plus, it'd be interesting to see how, if Karevi takes the ball up, in a traditional 12 way, how Farrell or Smith, depending on how they line up, deals with that. So I think that's the key battle. I think whoever comes out on top, and that way will depend again on whether we get front football or Australia get front football. But I still think whoever performs well in those two positions will be key to winning this first test. So they're my key battles towards the pitch. We'll be doing a report after the game. I'm very excited to see how this team goes. And good luck to the boys on Saturday.